guy coming to the stage. He's very funny. He's a good friend of mine from right here in Nashville, Tennessee. Give a warm welcome to John Hickok.
Appreciate it, Bates. Bates is the man, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, you guessed it. I grew up in a log cabin. Very old log cabin. Also have a rifle that'll shoot through a bulletproof vest factory. But I don't think white people should say the N-word. How about that twist? Unless they're in the shower. I mean, if you're going to say it, that's the place. You know, no one's going to hear you. If anyone's in there with you, I'll be cool with it. I did grow up in a really old log cabin. It's so old that it actually predates racism. Yeah, back then it was just called talking. Conversation. Some shit to say while we stack these logs up. Yeah, I get more progressive than people think. You know, I get stereotyped as racist. You know, people will look at me and thought, look at that guy with shaved head, white with beard. You know what he looks? You know what he looks like to us? He looks like a guy that would judge people based on how they look. You know? That's how we feel about that. But I get it. You know, I own it. I get it. You know, a white dude with a beard, listen to heavy metal music. He's got a southern accent. Don't like black people. The list goes on. You know? I understand. But yeah, like I said, more progressive people think like for example, got a bunch of guns, but I don't have a problem with gay marriage. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if gay people want to get married. But here's something that I don't understand about it. That I haven't been able to figure out in my brain. Is if two men get married and then they get a divorce, how does the legal system know whose life to ruin? It's something we're going to have to figure out. You're going to tell I'm a little salty on the subject. I went through one of those. Not a gay divorce, straight divorce. Nothing against that, but it's just how it went for me. Yeah, a lot. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. One thing that really surprised me during my divorce was how much I jerked off, you know. The same amount. I couldn't believe it. Literally no change. Didn't. I don't know. It's crazy. Didn't see it coming. I would. Yeah, it was rough. I wouldn't wish like a really bad divorce on even my worst enemy. You know, which is kind of ironic because my worst enemy was also going through one of those. You nailed it. Got a smart lady up here. She knows what's going on. You might have noticed that I'm a slightly elevated kind of person. A little bit tall, and I'll let you in on a secret. There's a symbiotic relationship that tall people have with fat people through the big and tall store. Let me explain. So if you go into the big and tall store, there's not many clothes for tall people. There just aren't. It's mostly for big people. It's mostly the big part. But there are some, and that's something that, you know, fat people do for us. is, you know, they allow a market where we can like literally just walk into a store and buy clothes, which is amazing. You know, we couldn't do that without them. You might be thinking, well, okay, what do we do in return for them? Well, it's not called the fat store, right? You don't know why I'm in here. I could be big, I could be tall, you don't know. I don't know about you guys, but kind of burn out on politics. Kind of burn out. You know, everybody wants to talk about Trump. My thing is like, I think we need like a moderate president again. You know, we haven't had something like that. I feel like since Kennedy. I feel like everybody liked that guy for the most part. And the cool thing about Kennedy, about John F. Kennedy, is he's really the only president I can think of that we ever had in this country that we can be 100% sure had brains. You know. I mean, it was nice to know, but now they're on the sidewalk, so that's not good. No, I'm like, you know, kind of in the middle. I'm like an in the middle guy on a lot of things, you know. Like, let me give you an example. Look at abortion. You know, it's a hot topic. Some people will say all abortion is murder. You know, other people will say you should be able to get an abortion at any point that you want. But I'm in the middle on that. I feel like abortion is justifiable homicide, self-defense. Some people are pro-weed, they think weed should be legalized, and some people think that it should not be legalized. And I'm in the middle of that too, I just don't vote. Some people, you guys don't have a lot of guns, you know, like some people are like all about guns, they're like, more guns the better, right? And then other people are like, no, we're gonna ban all the guns. Well, I'm kind of in the middle on that too. I think we should just kill ourselves, you know? Give you one more example, classic example. Ready for this one? All right. Some people, unfortunately, there are people who think that it's okay to have sex without consent. It is a sad thing that there are all those people. Yeah, did you know about that? You should read that. And then there are people who think you should have sex with consent. Most of these people in here, right? But I'm in the middle on that. I just like to pretend there's no consent. You know? You guys know what I'm talking about. Man, you ever notice how, like, I don't care what kind of piece of shit place you're in, the women's restroom is always a little bit nicer, you know? You guys notice that? Like, you go into the men's restroom, there'll be like a hole in the floor that you gotta shit in. Then you go into the women's restroom, there'll be like a Home Depot bucket. Or you could go into a men's restroom, there'll be like a rabid dog in there. And then you go into the women's restroom and there's a rabid dog in there, but it's already been put down. A little bit better. Or you could go into the men's restroom, there'll be a crack pipe in there. Go into the women's restroom, there's a crack pipe in there, but you're addicted to crack and you haven't been able to find any for a while. It's slightly better. One last thing before we go. One more example. You guys need it. You could go into the men's restroom, and there'd be a number on the wall and say, "For a good time, call Janice." And then you go into the women's restroom and you just fuck Janice. All right. Appreciate it, guys.